I was in my late 60s when I first noticed my steps getting slower and my legs tiring more easily. At first, it scared me because society often makes it seem like walking endlessly is the only way to stay healthy. But as I settled into my 70s, I realized we don't need to spend all our energy on long walks or forcing our bodies to do what they did decades ago. Instead, there are gentler ways to stay strong and happy, and they've brought me more peace than any marathon ever could. Aging doesn't have to be a gloomy experience. It can be a time of deeper understanding and authentic joy, once we learn how to live in harmony with our changing bodies. Before I share these ideas, I'd like to know where you're joining us from. And if you get any value from these videos, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. It's always special to see this small community grow, and your simple act of connection helps us all keep the conversation going. Aging is easier when we have each other's support. It's good to know we're not alone in trying new approaches to stay vital and at peace. I remember being in my 50s, pushing myself to keep going the same way I always had. I was carrying groceries in big loads, staying on my feet even when my knees started to protest, and ignoring that steady ache in my back that warned me to slow down. It took a good deal of reflection to realize that as we age, less walking or lighter movement doesn't mean we're giving up. It means we're making smart, steady adjustments for our long-term well-being. Many older friends of mine share the same story. We all had to find our rhythm, accept new physical limits, and discover different ways to stay healthy without forcing our joints to keep up with our younger selves. What I want to talk about are 6 simple things to focus on after 70 if you're not walking as much as you used to. The first is mindful movement, which means paying close attention to what your body can handle each day. You might replace long walks with shorter strolls that feel comfortable or do some gentle stretches in a chair. For me, that might mean a slow walk around my garden, looking at the flowers and breathing in the morning air. It doesn't sound like a grand workout, but if you do these smaller movements regularly and with care, you'll keep your muscles from stiffening up and stay more agile. Don't underestimate the power of a calm, thoughtful approach to exercise. The second thing I've learned is the value of proper rest. There was a time when I believed sleeping longer was a waste, as though it meant I wasn't being productive. But I've come to see that rest is a vital part of our daily rhythm. Our bodies need downtime to heal, and our minds need a break from the endless chatter of the world. At this age, a good night's sleep, and perhaps a short nap in the afternoon can bring tremendous benefits. Even 20 minutes of quiet, just closing your eyes or sitting in the sun, can recharge your energy. Good rest isn't laziness. It's a gift that helps us stay clear-headed and balanced. Then there's our eating routine, which is the third key factor for a healthier, longer life. I used to snack on quick, tasty treats that did little more than spike my sugar and leave me crashing an hour later. Now, I try to fill my plate with vegetables, fruits, beans, and lean proteins. It doesn't have to be fancy cooking. Simple steamed dishes, soups, and fresh salads work just fine. The goal is to supply your body with steady nourishment. At this age, every bite matters. You don't need giant portions, but you do need real, wholesome food that helps maintain your strength and keeps your body running smoothly. Over time, a consistent focus on nutrition can make a major difference in how you feel day to day. The fourth point is often overlooked: staying mentally active. While our bodies might slow down, our minds can keep growing if we feed them well. I like reading about history or doing a crossword in the morning to keep my brain engaged. Some folks try online puzzles or pick up new skills they always wanted to explore. Whether it's painting, learning a new language, or discussing books with friends, every mental challenge helps keep your mind sharp. I've found that an active mind can also protect you from sinking into worry or negative thoughts. It's like exercise for your brain. No heavy lifting needed, just curiosity and a willingness to learn. The fifth thing is nurturing social connections. After 70, it can be tempting to stay home, especially if you have aches and pains that make you feel less inclined to travel or attend gatherings. But isolation can weigh on your spirit. Even if you're not out walking all over town, you can invite a friend for a cup of tea, chat on the phone, or share a meal with a neighbor. These moments of companionship remind us that we're not alone. Being around positive, caring people helps us feel supported, and it works wonders for our emotional health. We might slow down physically, but we can still enjoy heartfelt relationships and build memories, even if they're formed over short visits or friendly calls. The sixth and final piece is to keep a sense of purpose alive. It's easy to think life's main chapters are behind you after the kids move out or you retire from your job. But meaning doesn't fade with age. Sometimes it becomes clearer. You can volunteer in small ways. Maybe you help out at a local garden or share your experiences in a community class. You could teach someone to knit or read to a child who's just starting to explore books. Purpose comes from giving what you can to the people around you, or investing yourself in something that sparks passion and curiosity. This sense of purpose helps you wake up with a bit of excitement and keeps your mind focused on the future rather than dwelling on the past. I've also learned the importance of being gentle with myself. When I was younger, I pushed beyond my limits, driven by ambition or pride. But after 70, it's wise to listen to your body. If something hurts, switch to a simpler exercise. If your eyes get tired from reading, pause and rest them. Don't blame yourself if you can't do what you did at 50 or 60. Aging is a natural process, and fighting it only creates tension. Instead, respect it. It's not about giving up, rather, it's about making room for new rhythms. That realization freed me from the guilt I once felt when I had to slow down. Another practice that has changed my perspective is taking stock of small achievements. Each night, I like to recall a few things I did that day. Maybe I finished a phone call with a dear friend or managed a bit of house cleaning without pushing too hard. These small wins add up and give you a sense of steady progress. Life isn't about colossal moments all the time. It's the everyday joys and accomplishments that make the journey rich. At our age, acknowledging the subtle goodness in our routine can do wonders for our mood. It's a simple way to keep an upbeat spirit, no matter how long or short our to-do list might be. Patience, in my opinion, ties it all together. It's natural to feel frustrated when your knees ache or your energy wavers, but impatience often leads to more stress and can even worsen physical discomfort. Over the years, I've learned to pause, breathe, and let my body catch up with my intentions. If you think you'll mow the whole yard but your muscles tire out halfway, don't see it as a failure. Finish the rest tomorrow or ask a friend or neighbor for help. Sometimes we need to lean on others, and that's not a sign of weakness. It's part of the give and take that connects us as human beings. I'd also say don't lose your sense of humor or gratitude. Humor keeps us from taking things too seriously, and it reminds us that we've all had our share of silly mishaps and embarrassing moments. Just because we're older doesn't mean we can't laugh at life's quirks. A light-hearted view can keep stress at bay. And gratitude, no matter how basic it seems, brings a calm glow to your day. If I wake up to a golden sunrise, or I manage a chore without pain, I take a moment to say thanks in my own quiet way. It's a reminder that even if our bodies move slower, there's still a lot of beauty around us. In talking about living a long life with fewer steps, the real lesson is balance. Our younger years might have been about racing from one task to another, but these later years can be about moving at a pace that respects our well-being. Through gentle movement, proper rest, good food, an active mind, close relationships, and a sense of purpose, we can keep our spark alive without forcing ourselves to walk miles every day. And in taking these steps, we find not just length of life, but quality, a calm sense of fulfillment in each moment. I hope you found some useful thoughts here, or even a small spark that encourages you to give new routines a try. Aging isn't something we have to do alone or in silence. It's easier when we share our stories and learn together. So please let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And if you find these reflections helpful, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. Let's keep exploring what it means to age gracefully and live well. That's all I wanted to say today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll carry a bit of this warm optimism into your own days ahead.